Hello guys, welcome. Today I got some information on Advanced Warfare perks, Scorestreaks, wildcards and the exosuit. I'm going to go through each one and tell you what it does. This is the first of many videos, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see more Advanced Warfare information. So as you can see right now, this is layout of the pre-game lobby, and actually looks quite nice. It looks more modern and there's lots of detail in as well. In the top left you can see that they're playing a private match, and there's creator class, operator, armory and options. Also you can see the map that says biolab and they're playing team deathmatch. And this also confirms that team deathmatch will be in Advanced Warfare multiplayer. On the right hand side you can see the list of players, and the level icon looks more of like a 3D effect, which looks really nice. Now you can see the creator class menu. As you can see, it's very similar to Black Ops 2 design, but this time it's got a 13 pick system instead of 10. On the right hand side you can see that there's score streaks. This means that in each individual class you can have a separate set of score streaks, and this time you can actually have 4, which is a big improvement. Also on the perk section you can see that you can have 2 of each perk, 2 of perk 1, 2 of perk 2 and 2 of perk 3. On the bottom you can see that they have the wildcard system. This was also in Black Ops 2. So onto the perks. In tier 1 you can have 5 perks. The first one is lightweight, which increases movement speed. The second one is low profile, which makes you invisible to UAVs and tracking rounds. I'm assuming these tracking rounds are those grenades that helps you to see through walls. The next one is danger close. This gives you increased explosive and score streak damage. Overcharged extends your exo ability battery life and shocks enemies on impact of a boost slam. And the last one is flak jacket. This reduces damage taken from explosives, no slowdown from explosive damage, and resets grenade times on throwback. The first one in tier 2 is peripherals. This increases minimap coverage and take out enemies without delaying death icons. The next one is blind eye. This makes you undetectable by tracking drones, explosive drones and all score streaks except the UAV. Cold-blooded makes you immune to thermal, target enhancer, threat grenade and enemy callouts. No name displayed or reticle color change when the enemies aim at you. Fast hands allows you to reload while sprinting, swap weapons, use exo abilities and use exo launcher faster. This means that there's no sleight of hand, just like in Black Ops 2. And Gung Ho allows you to fire while sprinting and sliding. The first one in tier 3 is toughness. This reduces flinch when shot. Scavenger lets you start with extra magazines and resupply bullet ammo from dead enemies. Blast suppressor allows you to not show on minimap when using exo movements. Hardwired makes you immune to system hack, EMP, nano swarms, stun grenades and scramblers. And finally, hardline decreases score streak cost by 100. Now let's look at the exo abilities. The first one is exo shield. This is a quick deploy shield attached to your exo's arms. The next one is exo overclock. This increases foot speed. Exo stim temporarily generates your health beyond normal levels. Exo cloak. Visually conceal yourself for a short duration. This is probably the most annoying thing about Advanced Warfare multiplayer. Exo hover allows you to hover in place for a short duration. Exo ping shows enemy exo movement and weapons fire in your HUD or HUD. And finally, exo trophy system destroys incoming grenades and rockets, exactly like in Black Ops 2, but in Black Ops 2 it's the concussion slot. Now let's move on to the exo launcher. This is the concussion grenades and the tactical grenades all mixed into one. The first one is frag, cookable frag grenades. Stun grenade blinds, disorients and slows enemies, can be manually detonated. Explosive drone is a proximity triggered drone that tracks enemies and explodes when near them. Tracking drone is a piece of equipment that tracks and highlights enemy players. Semtex is a timed sticky explosive. Threat grenade temporarily shows enemies through walls, can be manually detonated. EMP grenade disables enemy equipment and exo movements, can be manually detonated. Smoke grenade temporarily create as smoke screen can be manually detonated. Variable grenade can cycle through stun, EMP, threat and smoke, cannot be manually detonated. And finally, the spike drone is a lethal thrown drone that returns on command. And lastly, let's move on to the score streaks. There's only 7 score streaks, but hopefully by the time the game launches there'll actually be way more. The first one is UAV. This is an unmanned aerial vehicle that shows enemies on the minimap. This costs 400 score. So this sounds like the one that we're used to in Call of Duty, and not the one in Ghosts. The next one is Orbital Care Package. A care package called in from orbit containing a random score streak that has a chance of being the map streak. Streak cost is 500 score. Remote Turret is a deployable, manually controlled high-powered turret. This costs 600 score. XS-1 Vulcan is a manually controlled burst of high-powered directed energy deployed from space. This costs 600 score. This sounds exactly like the Orbital VSAT or Blackbird that we're used to. Warbird is a remotely piloted aerial attack vehicle. This costs 800. XS-1 Goliath is a manually piloted suit of advanced armor with heavy weapons. This costs 800 as well. This is just like the suit in Titanfall. And finally, Paladin, a manually controlled weapon systems aboard an orbiting Paladin gunship. This costs 1000. In the next video I'll go on to wildcards, etc. But if I do it in this video it would take all day to render, so I apologise for that. But if you subscribe you'll get notified of when I'll upload it, and I definitely will upload it because as soon as I finish editing this I'll make that. Nevertheless, thanks very much for watching, and if you want some more Call of Duty news please give it a like, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. See ya.
Babe. Babe!
What?
They put cloaking in the multiplayer. Who cares? Who cares that I grab your laptop and smash it on the ground? You don't put cloaking in a multiplayer game!